No, mate, I'm being weekend off, so I've scheduled my posts, and the reason being is as well, I have obviously trying to promote my workshop. So back to normal, lives as of Sunday at 7. So that's all back to normal now. Get a bit longer, not too much longer, but get another minute and talk about diet and how diet and nutrition is key, another pillar that is key to your dog's training success. So hopefully it'll work. Yeah, studio is pretty much there. I wanted to get it done before going live, so I've got everything all sorted. So yeah, might need to change some bits. I need to get a blind because where everything is at the moment, it washes me out. So I'll put you here so you can see what's going on, and I don't look as washed out. Trying to keep work and home life separate as much as I can. Can't wait to hear, mate. Throw them in now if you want. Throw them in now. Or we can wait till the end. It's completely up to you, mate. It's completely up to you. But can't wait to hear about them. Your wins that you showed me already have been fantastic. So I want to see more of those. I'm on the Rosa Blanca today. I'm a Yorker beer. It's all right. It's nice. Mega. Looks like it's just you two having today. So, nutrition. Just like with people, nutrition plays a massive part in your dog's training success. And the reason being is, if we're eating shit, we get shit. And it's the same for our dogs. If we are giving our dog shit, then they're also going to do shit. So what a lot of people sort of overthink or don't think about is what they're feeding the dog. They think that every single packet of dog food is exactly the same as the rest. The worst things for that are advertisements. The way that I see it is a good product is never really advertised. Look at the likes of Ferrari or Lamborghini. When did you see an advert for them? The chances are you haven't. And that's because Lamborghini and Ferrari don't need to advertise their product. They already know that they're the best. So we will take that into consideration with a dog food brand. The ones that you would generally see, your Bakers, your Pedigree, your Purina, Royal Canin to a degree, they're all heavily advertised. You go into a pet shop, they're the first and foremost one that you see. Oh, Chess, how are you, mate? Luke's got some wins to share with us later, which we can't wait to hear about. So if you're going in and you're seeing that, a lot of money has been pumped into getting eyeballs onto it. And the reason for that is, just like any advertisement, the more eyeballs that see it, the more rate of conversion to buy the food. It's just a flywheel. Now, the problem with that is people look at the fancy packaging, people look at the the happy dog at the front, and also as well look at the colours that are in the dog's food bowl or the dog food itself, and think and believe that it's good for the dog. In actual fact, if you look at the packaging and you look at what's included in it, it's all full of shit. You've got probably, I would say, a most heavily marketed dog food. You get the first product is either lower than 20% of protein, or the protein itself, it doesn't say lamb or chicken or beef or anything like that. It will say protein or meat of animal derivatives. What the fuck is that? I'll tell you what that is. That is just random bits of the animal that have just been made up to sort of make up that 18%, 20%. Baker's, Pedigree, Purina are the worst ones for it. It's heavily marketed as the best food. So, on that then, what does a good food look like? Well, good food looks like this. When you turn the packet around, you read the ingredients on the back, it's clearly labelled. That's the first and foremost. It's clearly labelled as to what is what and the percentage of it. So I know for the food that I feed, it is nearly, I think it's about 65 or 70% protein. And that comes from a sustainable source, an actual source of protein. I feed fish generally, so it's a fish-based meal. But again, if you were going down the same brand, it would say 60%, 60% lamb, for instance. Generally, I would say, as a general rule of thumb, the less ingredients that are in it, the better. Now, you do have a lot of additives that get added into it, to boost omega-3, to boost the vitamins and minerals that we need, and that's going to be better for the dog. So you generally see like green lip mussel, rosemary, that type of stuff. All helps with like digestion and gut health and everything else. I'm going to get onto gut health in a minute and how that plays a part and how all of this affects the dog's gut health. What you also want to make sure is you'll get a separate section. It's generally like an additive section, and there'll be all sorts of fucking numbers and letters and everything else on there, right? Generally like ash and stuff like that. It's basically like your binders and fillers that are needed to make your kibble. This is obviously what we're talking about. We're talking about kibble. Raw is completely different. Raw is as it is. Your wet food will fall into this as well. Your dehydrated food can sometimes fall into this. However, not so much, because again, it's generally good quality stuff that's just, as I said, being dehydrated and then you hydrate it back. But we're going to talk about kibble and generally like wet food, tinned food, stuff like that. If you'll see a separate section, it's like additives. If you're seeing a lot of fucking E numbers in there, like you would do with your Bakers and your Pedigree, because what they do is they try and make the bowl as colourful as possible, like your dog's eating Fruit Loops, because they want it to look like the dog's having peas and carrots and that sort of shit. In actual fact, that's not actually in the makeup of the food, right? It's just like us. If you've got E numbers and you're taking on a lot of E numbers, then your body isn't going to respond well to it, right? It's like the good old days when the Smarties had loads of E numbers in it and you used to be bouncing off the wall. Your dog's going to do the same thing, right? Kibble, actually, I was reading a book called The Forever Dog. It's very good. It's basically about real life case studies, real life dogs that have like lived for like 30 years, like how they've lived for 30 years. And Kibble was actually, it was a salesman. He was walking down the port, I think in London, and he was seeing all like the big boxes of meat that were being imported on the dock side, and all the juices were coming out. The dogs were licking the juices and going from there. And he had this great idea to basically mix that with like cornmeal and what have you, and make a biscuit. And the biscuit was generally like a digestive size biscuit. And he marketed that as, I think it was like the Wonder Biscuit or something like that. And that basically all he did was he mixed the meat juices with the flour and the binder, baked it, and there you go, it made Kibble. And it's pretty much stayed the same ever since. It hasn't really changed. So that's how it basically was a salesman. So that's how that came about. Obviously, we know a raw diet is better. Anything that's less processed, it's the same with humans, anything that's less processed and has gone through less heat cycles and everything else is going to be better for you and for the dog. So what happens is this then starts to play havoc with their gut. And it's been proven in scientific studies that there's a link between the brain and the gut. And it's like us, the age-old saying of trust your gut. Or if you might also like be feeling like sometimes with us, you feel like you're not feeling yourself and you're feeling a bit. It's generally because of your gut, and probably sometimes you've eaten fucking shit, right? So it's the same for dogs, and a dog's gut is very, very sensitive, right? You'll know it yourself when you've ever tried changing your dog's food. And you change it too quickly, they start to get the shits. They don't take to it too well. I remember one time that I was feeding a certain brand of food, absolutely fantastic. My dogs used to wolf it down. The company got bought out and the recipe got changed, and my dog didn't want to take the food because something had changed in it. Because at one point they ate it and they didn't feel well afterwards. So they just learned from that. So obviously a gut response from the food is going to be linked to the brain. And then from there, you will probably find behavioral changes because that link becomes distorted. And this is how food directly influences your dog's mood and dog's training. You gotta think, if your dogs are hooked up on fucking E numbers and not getting the right nutrition, they ain't going to focus. They aren't going to be switched on. They're not going to be the best that they can be. What they're going to be is they're going to be like a disrupted kid into class. Yeah? And they're going to be overexcited, over-energetic. It's going to be hard to keep their concentration because their body's going through these peaks and troughs because of the shit food. Now, flip that, if you give a good food that meets a lot of the dog's nutritional needs, you're going to have a much better fighting chance. You're going to have a healthier dog, physically and mentally. You're going to have a better chance of getting some good training in. And more to the point, you're actually going to have an overall better dog. Another thing, when you're feeding good quality food against shit quality food, you're probably going to have to feed less, because you're not going to have to give them as much food to give them the calorific intake that they need to sustain. So you give a good food, it might cost you more in the short term, but not only do you get a better intake for your dog, but actually you probably feed less. So it probably balances out. Something else that you can start to do, and I do this and I read this in the Forever Dog as well, there's toppers that you can give your dog. So when it comes to treats as well, treats should only make up 20% of the diet. So if you're trying to use treats when you're training your dog, you've got a small finite sort of value to work with, or a quantity to work with. And the problem with high value stuff as well is your dog can get in a rut with that, and they can learn to expect it. So then when you try and ask them to do it without that high value food, they're probably going to turn their nose up a bit. I know that from personal experience. Gym people's like that. So yeah, exactly, Luke. Yeah, because you guys, both you and Shez and Kate, and what have you with Chief, you guys are on the same food that I'm on. And again, I'll say it. I'm not. It's not a plug at all. I always recommend CI food, and the reason being for that is it's the best food I've found. And I've tried a lot of food. My dogs shit regularly. They're happy. The coat's nice. There's very little plaque and shit on the teeth, and this is a kibble food. It's a high protein food, really good for them as working breeds as well. I have to feed very, very little, and it's fantastic. It just works great. But I also top it up with toppers as well. My dogs don't really get treats, but I use toppers. You need a brand deal. Yeah. One day, maybe. Yeah, start getting sponsored by CI. Yeah, so with regards to like toppers, best things you can give is just like anything like us. Obviously, there's certain foods that you can't have, like onions and garlic and shit like that, right? But they can generally have a lot of good stuff. So blueberries, really good one. Strawberries, raspberries, blackberries. You can give them spinach, lettuce, carrots, all of that type of stuff. So again, if you're adding to the food bowl of good quality nutrition where they're getting the micronutrients and getting those vitamins and minerals that they need, again, you're going to get a much better dog as well. And again, when you're feeding kibble, you want to try and get as much natural resources into the dog as possible, because through the manufacturing process of kibble, it denatures a lot of the enzymes and the protein. So your dog doesn't really get as much as if it was to get the raw. However, with CI, I would say as close to raw in a kibble form. And I've been using it for the past 2-3 years. It's been fantastic. I don't think I'll ever feed a different food. Something to bear in mind, obviously, as well, as your dog goes through its lifestyles and its life cycle, should I say, you will need to, or you could need to change the food. And that's just because your older dogs don't need as much as your younger dogs. For instance, your puppy's going to need a lot of calcium because obviously they're growing and the bone development. But also your older dog's probably going to need less protein because they're not going to be doing as much. So something to bear in mind as well. That's why, again, there's different life stages of food. But again, most dog food, it's like there's an age range. Most will say, or some good ones will say, yeah, from puppy to senior, and you don't need to change it, which is good. I think CI is very much like that. So what I would definitely recommend, if you're not feeding a good quality food already, fucking feed it. Another thing, do you really know how much you should be feeding your dog? A lot of people don't, and this is why I've done a calculator. It's in the description below. I think it's www.aak9calc.co.uk. Basically, what that will tell you is how much you should be feeding your dog of the food that you've got at the moment. Some people overfeed, and I think that comes down to it is more culturally sort of accepted to see a fatter dog or a bigger dog. I like to keep my dogs lean, always have done, always will do. Not anorexic, obviously, but lean. So it's better on the joints, better on the muscles. They can go a bit longer. I think I'm feeding Winter the same amount as I was feeding a German Shepherd at one point. But again, it's calorie input to calorie output. The way that I also see it is I use it as a general rule of thumb. But if I can see my dog getting a bit fatter, like Jimpy was turn of the like a couple of weeks ago, she seemed to balloon up, I drop the food down. But then when I see him a bit too thin, I'll drop the food, bring the food back up. So, as well, if you're using toppers, if you're giving like the berries and the spinach and stuff like that, still got a calorific intake. So try and drop the amount of kibble or raw food that you're feeding, or be cautious of that. Greek yogurt's another one. I think that might be what it is. I was giving a lot of Greek yogurt, a 10% fat Greek yogurt. It's very good for dogs. Is Greek yogurt, it resets the gut pH. So again, that's still got a lot of calories in it. So you might have to offset that by taking some kibble out or taking some food out. Yeah, I mean, for you guys, again, I wouldn't worry too much about how much you're feeding him at the moment because he's growing up. If you want to take a look at on that calculator, try it. There's a table on there as well, so you can sort of like select which one, what category it all falls into. It's basically just to give you a bit more of an understanding, a bit more of an idea than like the back of the back of the pack. Your two are very similar in age and they're still growing as well. So you will have to feed a little bit more. However, check it out. All you need is your dog's weight and then like what sort of style of life they have, and then also the food that you feed at the moment and the calories per 100 gram. You can even Google that. Really, you don't have to go get your bag of food out. Some don't say it, so you could just Google it. Like, I don't know, fucking Carnilov calorie per 100 gram, and it'll come up on Google. But this is the reason why I created that calculator. I did it for my course, and it's really, really well. I've had a lot of people say, "Oh, fuck me, I'm underfeeding my dog, or I'm overfeeding my dog." And it's like anything, especially if you're using food for training, you don't want to be overfeeding your dog throughout the day and then expecting your dog to eat more. Labs being a fucking big one, they're just like a bottomless pit. If you're just overfeeding them, you're gonna get a fat dog. And we don't want fat dogs. We don't, it causes more issues. It's not fucking worth it. So yeah, takeaway. Feed a good quality food. If you aren't doing so already, have a look. There's a website called All About Dog Food. That'll give you a better understanding or better comparison of the food that you are feeding at the moment to what you can have. And you can set it by daily budget and all that type of stuff if you want to. You'll be surprised if you are feeding the shit food, the bakers, the pedigree, that type of stuff. You'll be surprised at what you can get a lot better for your money. Again, I can highly recommend CI. And see and use them to give samples. The customer service is absolutely fantastic. And I will only ever recommend something that I've used myself personally. So feed a good quality food. Make sure you're feeding the right amount of food as well for your dog. You're not overfeeding or underfeeding them, depending on the stage of their life. Add toppers where possible, blueberries, blackberries, that type of stuff. The best thing to get is like your frozen fruit from Farm Foods or Asda, Aldi, that type of stuff. Just sprinkle a little bit of that on top, you're laughing. A little bit of something is better than a whole lot of nothing. You can even do it when it comes to like the weather. I think my mum sent me something the other day, which was like a filled pepper. As daft as it sounds, you put like a little bit of broth in there, dog-friendly broth, so it hasn't got too much salt. Some Greek yogurt, maybe some kibble in there, or carrots sticking out the top of the kibbles and freeze it. And it's really good, like a little bit of an enrichment. So it keeps the dogs cool as well in the summer, but also they enjoy it and they get in a lot of the nutrients in as well. Turns out we're underfeeding by 10 grams, but he has sprats and fish flies and reactive. But yeah, it's probably about right, mate. 100%. Like you said, 10 grams below, but you're feeding him your sprats and everything else. Yeah, you're probably about right. You're probably overfeeding by a little bit, but he looks good for it, And again, guys, do we know about the body composition scale? You generally see it in your vets, where it's a picture of a dog that's severely underweight, right, bit overweight, and then morbidly overweight, and how that looks. Generally, it's from a side, and then an aerial view. Side, what you want to do is when you want to see with your dog, it's hard with the long-furred dogs, but you want to see a nice uptake. So from the chest, where the chest is very deep and it goes nice uptake to the stomach. And you also then want to see when you're looking down, like almost like an hourglass figure, right? Yeah, chief's average now. Yeah. Be sure to use a breed specific one, because the ones generally you see in the vets, it's just like a standard across the board. You want to see if you can get a breed specific one. So something to bear in mind. But yeah, ultimately, feed better food, give your dog better input, and you'll see a better output from your dog. It's one thing that I always say to people when they start. I go, right, what is the dog on? And I can advise to say to them to go onto a different food. Most don't, and that's fine. Some do and see much better results. All makes sense, guys? Happy with that? Bit of a different one. I think it sort of falls on from our last one. Obviously, I know we missed last week because of Easter, but falls on from good sleep. It sort of brings up the pillars of good dog training to try and stand in a really good footstep to start your training. I've been asked to do a about like dog body language. I'm going to do that on the next one. That's the next live. That's going to be next week. So dog body language and how you can sort of see a dog with good intentions, bad intentions, and that type of stuff. It's just going to be fine. So we're up to food. Now it's perfect. Wait, I forget. Yeah, perfect. Don't forget your reaction to our vet prescribed food on our first session. Fucking vet prescribed fucking food. Fucking, it's always Royal Canin. Or it's always like that fucking puffed up golden nugget anemic looking shit that has nothing in it. Nothing at all, because generally the vets go, oh, they're allergic to something. Fucking let's just take everything out and you're basically feeding your dog dust. And then the dog, you're like, oh, he doesn't want to eat it. No fucking shit. It looks like dried up rabbit shit. I wouldn't want to eat it if I was a dog. So yeah, vet specific shit. I remember I took a dog to a vet once and she had to have an operation. She came out and a tin of this dog food, whatever it was, this vet specific, was £70. £70 for a fucking tin of dog food. I nearly fell over. Oh, poor Chief. He definitely seems to be having, oh shit, having be very happy and healthy boy now. Soya protein. Fucking hell, turning on the dog's vegan now. So yeah, basically, I mean, you guys are on a good food anyway, because you sort of listen to me. Yeah. Whether that be a food choice or you felt scared and you had to. But it's paying off, and that's it. That's all that matters. Any questions, queries, concerns from today, guys? Anything at all? Yeah, it's really good to handle. It's a good size kibble. It's nice to handle. It's not too small, like your puppy, like some of your puppy stuff. And again, going on to that, I don't generally feed a puppy food for a long period of time. Generally, when the dog's finished teething, they go straight onto an adult food. I ain't messing about with that type of stuff. You know, when they're smaller, they've got very little teeth, then yeah, I'm probably feeding like a softer food or an easier food for them to chew. But when they've got their adult teeth, I'm generally feeding an adult food. Right, guys, either any questions, queries, concerns? If not, we need to hear about Luke's wins of the week. And you better be posting these in the school, mate, tomorrow for Motivation Monday. Not related from us, but a quick question. Ted is at the vet's tomorrow for his ear and has procedure for it. Would you walk him in the morning or will? Now you can walk him in the morning, mate. Yeah, welcome in the morning. It's only a bit of a procedure for his ear. Take it for a walk. Yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah, teething can happen up until about 18 months old for some dogs. It's strange. Like generally, like the molars right at the back, it's like us. You know, where wisdom teeth come through last. Yeah, you'll probably see him like chew a lot. Boxers, interesting fact, boxers' gums grow over their teeth, so they have to chew a lot to like keep the gums at bay. That's what happens with mum's dogs. You see some couple of mum's dogs have got like really small teeth, and it's because the gums are just going over the teeth a little bit. I think I've had most of it in my WhatsApp today and yesterday. Good. You should be quite smug, mate. I told you that time will come, and that's what you need. From the videos that you sent me yesterday, you guys sent me yesterday, I don't know where you were, but like it was just happy to be with you. But I said that would happen, where your dog is just happy to be with you. It will still go off, and he can go and do his own thing, but he chooses to be with you, and you're not keeping him there. You just look. Your walking in that video was so relaxed. It's probably the most relaxed I've ever seen you. A nice heel, and when you told him off you go, he's like, "What? Can I?" And you're like, "Yeah, go on, off you go." And he went, "Yeah, cool." And he went, "Actually, I want to stay here. This is cool. I want to stay here." And then you went to Starbucks, and he flaked out in the middle of Starbucks, somewhere you've never been before. So you should feel very, very smug. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the ones today. Let's have a look. On another note, does anyone want a nice 15-month-old Mally? That's good with other dogs. Got asked about it today. I would, but there's no way I can have 4 dogs in my house just yet. What we got, mate? What we got? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, it didn't come through because I've been off, so I just slyly did it when I replied to your message. Well, let's have a look. Nice. Whoa. Nice. Can we just take a moment to do that to talk about this one? The recall back. Oh, shit. Sees the dog. No. Comes back. Does alternative behaviour. Oh, nice. Nice little tap. Payment. Love it. Yeah. Nice. Sit into a down. Fucking look at the distance. Nice. Whoa, straight into it. Fucking love it. Yeah. He reminds me of like Donkey, you know, when on Shrek. Hey, what's up with you? That's mega. Let's see it on the trail. Oh, I think I know where this is. Is this this like near Pudsey? Is that the walk? Maybe not. No. Nice. Nice. Nice use your collar there on the path. Very good. Nice. Nice. Good use of your collar. Fantastic. Good. Let him figure out to come back. Nice. Great break command. Perfect. Guys, you know, if you've got any videos like this, man, I love it. You got anything like that? What I would love to be doing that type of stuff. You know, I like bi-monthlies or bi-weeklies on school. I want to be literally like throwing them up onto here. Now I've got my setup as well. I'll screen share. I will talk through it. You know, the good, you know, the good, what can be changed up as well. I think that, but mate, that's fantastic. They're the best videos you've ever sent me. Hands down, the best videos you've ever sent me. So proud that did really quite small. Check the ones from today, mate. Just showing off. Yeah, he's just showing off, 100%. Just wait till we go on next community walk. Off lead, always. What's his name? I don't know his name, mate. In all seriousness, I don't know his name. I literally got told about it about 2 hours ago. I've just got the owner's number. By all accounts, it's a nice Mali, really nice. Don't know what its workability is like. You know, I'm not one to sort of like push it out there. To be fair, generally trying to stay away from it. It's come from an old client, an old friend. So I said I'll ask about. But apparently it's good with dogs. You know, it's 15-month old. It's a nice Mali. But yeah, I can. Like I said, if you know of anyone, tell them to get in contact with me, and I'll pass them in contact with them. I'm going to ask about. I think I might have a couple of people. Finally, oh yeah. I thought it did look like it. Yeah, it's nice up there. It's a nice walk up there. He's barely on lead today. Just had him walking to you with confidence today off lead, which made me smile the most. I hate to say it, but I told you so. And I like it that I'm saying I told you so in a good aspect. You deserve it, mate. You deserve everything that you're feeling, you deserve. You really do. This is the thing, you put the hard work in, you put the graft in. You deserve to take him to these places. Have a coffee, a beer, you know, lunch. No, I do hate to say it because it makes me look like a twat. Oh, well, yeah. Because it's easy for me to say from an outsider looking in. And it's not, and my role as a dog trainer and as your dog trainer is to take you on that path. For you to learn the hard journeys as well, but for me to take you on that path. And when you get there and you have this realization, for me to go, this is what it was all about. I don't want to say I told you so. I don't want to prove myself right and to make me think that I'm better than I am. I'm not. I'm just a bloke that has a certain skill set that I want to pass on to you, to all of you. That's all I want to do. And for you to have moments like this, for you to go, fuck, you can do it. That's it. Like a PT, like a coach. I'm a coach. Wait till you're walking in close perimeters around other dogs and people. Yeah, you will. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you're going through like a town centre or something, and he's off lead. Yeah, dogs could have come up to him. You've got control over him. Mate, 100%. You'll feel like a boss. Sooner than you first thought, mate. 100%. 100%. Near you, what have you got? What have you got near you? Just trying to think what you've got near you where you could take your dog. You can't take him near White Rose anymore. You could go Trinity Walk, boss it down Trinity Walk with Ted off lead. That'd be good. You always get security then looking at you. I get security looking at me all the time with Jimpy. Yeah, exactly. How happy he was. That's why we do it. We want him to be happy. We want all dogs to be happy. No shutdown dogs around here. Happy dogs only. So as you go for do Dewsbury Ram's car boot and start weaving in between people, you can't say you haven't done it. But yeah, if you can't get to like busier areas, even if it's just town centres, honestly, just town city centres, when it's busy like on a Saturday, market day, something like that, get yourself down there. You don't have to do like hours and hours and hours there. You could literally just do a walk down there, 15 minutes, back in the car, off you go home. I used to do it when I go full time. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be going down to like my local, markets and sort of busy areas. Junction 32 is another good one, and Trinity Walk, that type of thing. Obviously, be respectful. Make sure you still got control over your dog, but you'll have a lot of people asking you how you got your dog to that point. Put it that way. Yeah, Birstall's a good one. Loads of space there. That's a fantastic one. You could literally walk down there. You could just do like a big loop around there and then end at like Cafe Nero, have a brew, or Costa, and then bundle them up. That's a good one because you got the range there as well, where it's allowed in the range. Good shares, get out, 100%, mate. Junction 32, mate. You'll smash it. You'll love it. Even if these big, even loose lead, then do some crazy obedience there or what have you, settling down, that type of stuff. The amount of dogs you'll see at Junction 32 that are just nuts, and then you having a dog that just sticks by your side, just settles there with you. Perfect. I did one when I took Jimpy, did like a little demo video, see how far I've come, and I was really impressed with it. Even the security, like, whoa, how have you done that? I remember when I sat at a coffee shop and I put her to there's a grass verge area. I put her down there, off lead, and I was having a brew. She just stayed there. It's just so good. Whitby Centre will be a good one, mate. Whitby's very busy. Whitby's a very busy one. Really, really busy. Yeah, 100%. I think that'll be a fantastic one for you. You do, Shez, to be fair, mate. Yeah, the amount of people that go. I've just seen a bloke with his German Shepherd, and I can't believe how good he is. And he says that you've helped train it. Fuck me, the amount of people that you'll get. If people get booked in, mate, you'll fucking make your money back in this rate. Yeah, I love it, Luke. It's good merch, to be fair. It does work well. But hopefully soon, guys. Like I said, it's on the back burner, but I'm going to get the new merch for you, so you can have that. It'll just be like a normal hoodie or a normal sweatshirt. You'll have that. So yeah, be good. You're more than welcome to wrap that. But both of you're smashing it. And look, this is it. This is, when you put the hard work in, this is what you get. And you should be very, very proud of yourselves. Because you're a fucking man mountain sheds. You built like a brick shit house. I haven't got anything big enough for you. I say it with love. I do. I'm gonna get something. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna get your size. I'm gonna make sure that I'm getting your size, like proper hoodie or sweatshirt, whatever you guys want. I'll do it. I'll do an order. I'll make sure I've got people's orders in first before putting it in. Oh, another one. If anyone's interested, let me find out. There's an event going on at Nostell Priory, not too far away from you guys, both of you. It's the police dog trials. It's the nationals, I believe. So it's like bite sports a little bit. Actual serving dogs, I believe, going to be there. We're sponsoring it, so come on down. I think it's in May. May 16th, it's just Saturday. I think it's like from 12, I think it is. They've done very shit at advertising it at all, so you'd be lucky to figure out. It's free, you just have to pay for your parking. But if you know the area, you can fucking bundle it off somewhere else, you won't have to pay for parking. But it should be a good do. There's quite a few stands there from what I believe. 10 till 4, I've just been told by the gods that are listening in. 10 till 4. Be a good day, really good day. We're going to be there for the full day. You'll see us repping the merch, handing out some shit. So come on down. I think dogs are allowed, but again, if you want to keep them at home, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, it should be a real good day. West Yorkshire Police have got some very, very good dogs in there. Yeah, unfortunately, she says the XL in hoodies that we've got is the one that Luke's got. And the problem with that is it's like Chinese XL, so it's like a normal guy's medium, which is really annoying. Then I know how the rugby player build. They have the slender one size. Oh, mate, that's a shame. That's a shame. Yeah, mate, you'd love it. I'll keep an eye out. I'll stick some stuff on the stories. Luke's on about 5,936 times in May. Would have been good to go though. Like I say, guys, I'll throw it on the story. So keep an eye on there. There'll be a lot of videos on there. You know, it's going to be good. I say we're going to be sponsoring it as well, which is good. It'll be good. Yeah. Like I say, I know you guys are interested in like the working side of things. But again, if you know anyone else, if anyone else likes likes that type of stuff, tell them 16th of May, Nostell Priory. You know, get yourself down there. Good. When's the next community walk? Probably. It'll probably be a bank holiday. Bank holiday in May, I would say, or in May. Let me have a look. When is it? There's one at the beginning. I think we might do Clumber Park, because I know a couple of you were saying that you'd like a park where your dogs can be let off and they can run off and do their own thing, which would be good. And apparently there's a nice walk there, but also there's a nice cafe, dog-friendly cafe. I've never been to Clumber Park, so again, I think Alex Dora recommended it. I've got a couple of clients that have been there, so it's nice. So I'm thinking then, I'm just going to have a look at mine. May, 4th of May, and then it's 4th and the 25th. I'll put a poll out. I'll stick it on school and Instagram. I'll do that tomorrow. What day people prefer. I'll do that if possible. He's thrown the gauntlet down. Shez, I hope you're reading this, mate. He's thrown the gauntlet down now, saying that long lead is in the bin. He's going to be off lead. Let me write a reminder for tomorrow. So tomorrow, poll on instant school for 4th or 25th community walk, Clumber Park. I'll get that put out tomorrow, guys. If you want to vote on that, I'll be able to see what's going on. We'll put it out. Might even put it out to a few more people as well. I'll stick it in the community chat as well. And I've succumbed to peer pressure, and it needs to go weeks ago. It did need to go weeks ago, and you have succumbed to peer pressure, and that's good. Although we were brought up in school to not succumb to peer pressure, but look at what happens. That's why you always end up going home early on nights out, Luke. Succumb to peer pressure, beers and needs help. Oh, you're getting thrown out. Mind you, Tish has done dirty there, mate, but I can't say anything because I have pretty much just napped today. I am shattered this weekend. And we went for a walk up to 1903, so we wrecked a pub. And actually, to be fair, we may have a route here. So this one might be like a really private one where near me, where we can walk to the 1903 pub in Frickley. So we can walk through Frickley Nature Reserve and like through the backfields of the fields. You're on the road for like a quiet road for like, I'd say about 10 minutes, if that. And it's really sort of looked like a really nice pub. You know, food's probably about the same price as where we were before at Wellington. And then we could walk back. But I might try and also do, probably this will be like a summer one. So it might be an earlier morning walk or an early afternoon walk. But we might come back to mine and have a barbecue. I might put that on for you as well. So we'll keep an eye out for that. But there's a nice walk we could do here. But yeah, I had, we went to the pub, I had 2 beers, I walked back and pretty much napped. And then another beer. And I'm going to go back to have an early nap. That's why I look fucked. Because I am fucked. Yeah. That's what weekends are for. Yeah, 100%. That's what weekends are for. You fucking madman. You out with rugby a lot. 5:30 this morning. I think I woke up at 5:30 this morning. So let the dogs out and then went back to bed. Fucking alright for some minute. Well, is that drunk 5:30 or normal 5:30? Fucking hell. 4 a.m. for the fucking gym. I mean, I thought I looked bad at R4 getting out with the dogs getting to the gym for 6, but 4 o'clock. Yeah, rugby like that says a lot, mate. Mind you, that's what weekends are for. Back to the grind tomorrow, unfortunately, innit? Guys, any final ones before I let you go? Before I go get my Horlicks. I'm joking, I don't drink Horlicks. But before we chill out for the evening, ready for the fucking Monday. It's dreaded. Honestly, I can't wait to sack in my day job. I can't fucking wait. What's for tea? I've already had my tea, mate. Fucking, this is the beauty of being on a weekend off. I had my tea beforehand. I'm now going to go have a sweet treat. Don't know what it is. Maybe some biscuits. I'm going to watch Matt Armstrong. I'm going to go bed early. That's what I'm going to do. What about you? I had like mini roast. What about you guys? What you having? Proper British thing, that, innit? What you having for tea? What you having? What you had for tea? Plenty of naps, mate. That's what you need. Phone in sick tomorrow as well. Okay, give yourself 3 days off, D&B. 3 days off. 100%. As soon as he goes in, and as soon as you guys know, and I know my date, I'll put it in. We'll go for a drink. 100%. Sausages, sausage Yorkshire's veg and gravy. Oh, mega that, mate. Pork dinner. Oh, beauty, boys. That's what we like to hear. Yeah, gammon, some veg, roasties, or potato brown frites, or whatever it's called. Nice. Forgot the Yorkshires though. But that was my fault because I fell asleep. Right, guys, go and enjoy your dinner. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I appreciate you always for turning up. Don't think I don't think the live Q&A is this week. No, live Q&A is next week. So you don't have to look at my ugly mug for any longer than you need to. Have a cracking week, guys. I'm going to do Motivation Monday tomorrow. So Luke, you better be fucking front and center, throwing all that good shit in there. I think we're up to 41 members now. Get in. But again, you need anything, I'm here. Luke, keep sending me the fucking good shit. Let me know how his procedure goes. Shez, I'll keep setting him on people at work or whatever you're doing and putting him in a high vis. But guys, have a cracking week. It's been good to see you, good to speak to you. Back to normal now, so Sunday lives. If you need anything, I'm here. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye-bye. Oh, no, where is it? There it is. Bye.